This one. I love this. Oh, I have to do a new. Oh no, I got rid of the sticker last time because it got close to it. To the end. Guess what? Meet me here. Okay. Hey. How you doing, sister? Santa. Bam. Oh yeah, you were mod. Please do share the live. Let's get it. How are you doing? All right. I'm also going to send it to your other account because why not? Bam. Good painting. My background noise. Right on. I don't know how well the music is coming through. I'm not sitting right up next to the computer like I was last time. I'm walking around a little bit. But I will respect that I am background noise and not expect you to respond. Hello, Kilgore. There's promote. Also, it's like... I just lost my train of thought. I thought I was about to say something about the music. Oh well. Safe. Chase story limits 500. I don't know what that means. Oh, that person already left. They just wanted to say that real quick, I guess. Hello, Nay. Oh. Oh, come on now. I told you where I am. Why are you not here? I was talking about somebody else, by the way. But I know who is here. See if that person will want to come up. Our resident bartender. Hello, Sophie Sapphire. Check me out. Like, brother. Thank you for the likes. Fantastic sticker unlocked. Okay. Dancing around. Hello, Devin. Yeah, check me out. Hello, buddy. Let's make their pockets hurt. Spread the word. Speaking of making people's pockets hurt, I was told today that the United States Postal Service has announced that they might be going on strike, like the lady who runs it. Hey, Piper. You do realize the Democrats caused the shutdown, right? And apparently Republicans are fascists So, you do realize that the Democrats keep voting so we can keep our health care, while the Republicans had the fucking audacity to put on the USDA website that illegal aliens and gender mutilation procedures. I am fucking, my gasters are fucking flabbered. Gender mutilation surgeries? They put that on the USDA website? Thank you for your patriotism. Thank you. Hello, Doom Scroll. I hear that mail deliveries. Mail. Oh. It's like people think that. What's the topic? There you go. Yeah, they put on the USDA.gov website. I can turn this off now. There are people here. I'm talking. On the USDA.gov website, they put that the Democrats have voted to try to keep health care for illegal aliens and gender mutilation procedures. What the actual fuck? Hello, Heiko? I don't believe I saw you post anything in the chat. I don't let people up without them being active in the chat first. Anywho. Get stuck in this district at all. Fair enough. I'm like, brother, if SNAP comes at the cost of dehumanizing trans people and undocumented immigrants, we'll figure it out. Do you think that's false? Do I think what is false? Most people don't read. We for real. Like, for also, I heard about this thing called the Hatch Act. You're not supposed to do that shit. What Republicans said. Do I think that the Democrats voted to maintain health care and not let them gut the Affordable Health, Affordable Care Act? Yeah, I believe that. Thank you for the follow. Oh, Piper, do you want to come up? It's subsidies. Oh, there we go. Boop. Let me make sure it's... Okay, now I can hear you.
If I had coins, I'd send coins. I don't have any.
Oh, you're fine. Yes, he's violating the fuck out of our Constitution. I don't even know, like, when it comes specifically to SNAP, I don't know, like, about the Constitution with that one. But, also, I don't know where exactly the Hatch Act is. I just heard about the Hatch Act yesterday and today. But I know what it is, and you're not supposed to, like, blame a political party. Like, the government, so it's like, we can criticize policies and politicians in the United States. We can publicly criticize them. We as private citizens can do that. But government entities are not supposed to criticize politicians and political parties the way they're doing it right now. Selling Teslas on the White House, bro. Yeah, I heard about that too. And I'm like, well, shit, laws are only as good as the people who enforce them. But yeah, I did understand that advertising Teslas is also a violation of a rule. I wonder how people feel about them discussing if people can garden and still own guns. I don't know. I have no fucking idea. Alright, we're gonna let this person up since they started chatting. Hello.
Hi.
What were you, please elaborate on what you were saying in the comments.
Well, you were mentioning that the Republicans put on the website about what the Democrats were doing for the shutdown.
Yes.
And they stated that the Democrats are holding the government hostage because they want a $1.5 trillion bill, right?
That's not what that says. Did you go to the USDA website to see what it says?
Yeah.
Okay, so please recite it as it said.
Let me pull it up for you so I can read it verbatim.
By all means, please do.
Give me one
Uh,
second.
I don't think gardens and guns are gonna go anywhere. The two G's. Oh, also, y'all please do share the live so we can get more people in here. Guests are welcome.
Okay.
There you go.
So it says Senate Democrats have now voted 12 times, which it's actually 13 times, to not fund the food stamp program, also known as the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Bottom line, the well has run dry. At this time, where will be no benefits issued as of November. We are approaching an inflection point for the Senate Democrats. They have continued to hold out health care for illegal aliens and gender mutilation procedures or reopen the government so mothers and babies and most other vulnerable among us can receive critical nutrition. So what they're trying to say is that in the S2AA2 bill that they put forward is they want to reinstate some of these programs in HR1, the big beautiful bill.
Mhm.
Right? So they're saying, "Hey, we don't like these things in this bill. Let's take these things back." And so the Republicans are saying, "No, this bill passed the House. It's passed into law. We're not taking this stuff out. We're not going to go back and do these provisions."
Mhm.
So in the clean CR, which is just to fund the government to the end of the year, the Democrats are saying, "Well, we want to negotiate the healthcare subsidies that we had in the American Rescue Plan. And we want all this other stuff that, of course, the bill itself is a lot more than just the subsidies for ACA. Let's negotiate." Right?
Yeah.
So this is, I mean, if we can look at it as a way of them both saying, "Hey, what are we doing here?" The Republicans are saying, "We have a clean CR. Let's just fund the government to the same exact budget that Joe Biden was doing under his term. Let's get it open. Let's do that." Well, the Democrats are saying, "No, I'm going to use this as leverage to hold you hostage until you do what we say," pretty much.
Okay, so why does the website say let's okay, so we can go back and forth about illegal aliens, right? But why are trans people in it if it's the Democrats holding people hostage?
Well, the bill itself, like I was stating, they
Yes.
want to redo the provisions of what was already being allocated in this bill.
Right.
So, which is funding health care for illegal aliens. Did you read HR1 by the
Oh
any
no,
chance?
don't skip over the gender mutilation surgery. Don't skip over that. Say the
No,
whole
no,
thing.
I'm asking you, did you
No,
read the HR bill first?
I'm asking you to say the whole thing. Say
Oh,
the whole
what?
thing. Say
The
say
gender
it. Say illegal. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
the gender mutilation.
Yeah.
So you're asking me, why did they say those words specifically?
Yes.
Because those are the provisions in the bill that we're trying to stop. We
Okay.
do not, the Republicans don't want to fund those procedures anymore within the medical system
Why?
because it's not something we should be funding. I don't think anybody should want to fund that.
Why?
And I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican,
I didn't ask you that. I asked you why.
because the taxpayer dollar should not be funding somebody to take off their body parts.
Why?
Would you want to pay as a taxpayer for me to get my boobs done?
Sure.
Why?
Because I care about you. I don't want you to fucking kill yourself because you don't like your boobs. I don't want somebody to fucking kill themselves because they need to get their penis and testicles removed. Like if getting your penis and testicles removed or doing something in your vagina will help you not fucking kill yourself and you can be a happy person in a functional society, take my fucking money.
Wait, so you think people are unaliving themselves because they can't take off their body parts as
People,
children?
nobody said anything about children. No, Piper, hang on. I'm the trans person here. I'm talking right now.
Well,
So,
isn't it
Stacey,
say under
like I
18?
said, I'm talking right now, babe. You're an adult. Learn decorum. Nobody said anything about children. It always goes back to children, which is the thing that nobody is ever talking about. Gender affirming surgeries are never performed on people under the age of 18. They get some forms of HRT, but when it comes to surgeries, no, that's not a thing that we're doing. So Stacey, I'm going to ask you to stay pinned in reality for a second. If somebody needs to get their genitals changed or get their boobs cut off or get boobs added on or whatever, and we call ourselves a functional society where we understand that people got to live day to day, yes, take the fucking money. Because you know what else that person does? That person goes to work. That person is a functional member of our society. Functional member of our society. Asterisk. All the asterisks, but we're going to get to that. If all it takes for somebody to live a better life is to do some shit with their genitals, babe, that ain't me. Just take the money. Let's go. Let's keep it pushing. Okay, now you can respond, Stacey. You have to unmute.
Okay.
There you go.
So I'm assuming that most people, like your thought process is, yeah, we should be able to fund life-saving surgeries. In your mind, these are life-saving surgeries, right?
In my mind,
I'm just,
have you?
no, I'm just
Speaking of
saying,
reading,
in what me and you are talking about.
babe, read this. While we're talking about reading bills, how about you read the studies? Psychologists, psychiatrists, people who study gender and sex across multiple cultures. These are life-saving surgeries. And you don't have to believe me. Listen to a professional. I love this because I'm not a professional, but I have listened to the professionals. These are life-saving surgeries. And I don't know where the blockade is on getting people to understand that. Stacey, I can't make you care. This is not a live stream where we're here to appease to people who have already decided that the people that they're talking about aren't human. I can't make you care, babe. I can't make you care. But what I can do is tell you that if you are so vested in this topic, you should actually listen to the professionals. That's what I can do.
I never said I didn't care at all. I'm saying me
Your
and
talking
you,
points say you don't care, though, because you made it about
but
you
you
and your
didn't let me
boobs.
finish. You muted me.
Your talking
So
points
you
say
have
you don't
to-
care.
Okay, but you have to have a dialogue with me to understand where my thought process is first. I
I can pick up
absolutely
on
care.
context clues. I
But
function above a 7th grade reading level.
Okay, but I actually do care. What I'm
Then act like
expressing
it.
to you, is that in the legislation, right? I don't write legislation. Congress does. We elect these people to write legislation for us, right? So in the legislation is what I'm talking about, not my personal feelings,
Then why'd you bring up
because
your
I'm
boobs?
keeping out my personal feelings. I'm just stating, would you want your taxpayer money for me to have breast augmentation?
And I said
No.
yes.
Okay, but I say no. So me and you have a difference opinion, right? But what I'm trying
You
for me
are
and you to get on the
aligned
same
with people
page.
killing themselves. Do you realize that? Stacey, do you realize you are aligned with people killing themselves?
Okay, let me finish, and you'll see where I'm going.
It's a yes or no question. Or do you realize that your talking points are aligned with people killing themselves? It's really simple.
What do you mean by my talking points? My talking point is
Your
to you,
talking point
for you to
is
understand why I am talking about legislation.
you brought up your breast augmentation. You are talking about you. You know what, Piper? Go ahead.
No, I don't want a breast augmentation. I'm just saying,
Piper,
hypothetically.
Piper, you there?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'm not going to come at you from a caring about your fellow human point of view because that seems like a waste of energy. How I'm about to come at you is that the SNAP program has always more than paid for itself. Every dollar of your taxes that gets spent on that program, even in today's money, produces $6 in the greater economy. Now, in the 2010s, it was $9. So what you're doing is you're about to cause a ripple effect that will fuck over people you do care about.
Okay, I'm not talking about SNAP. Do you want to go to SNAP?
We are talking about SNAP
We are
because they
talking
are
about
using the
SNAP.
excuse
But
of
SNAP
illegal
doesn't pay for
aliens and
utilization,
people
right?
wanting stuff from Medicaid that they're not getting as the sticking point as to why the Democrats won't pass the bill and reopen the government. Now, first of all, I need you to understand that as far as Congress goes, the only one protecting Congress's powers is the Democrats because the Republicans are just turning over and doing whatever the executive branch tells them to do. And that is not how our government was designed to work.
Okay. Can I respond?
Oh, knock yourself out.
Okay.
Good luck.
So we need 60 votes in the Senate, to pass a clean CR bill, right? This is a bill that has already been voted on under Joe Biden. All of this bill is a clean CR to fund the programs that we've already been funding,
Okay, I'm
right?
going to stop you right there because you said that several times. I need you to understand that the Democrats are catching on, that the Republicans don't keep their word and calling them on it.
Word for
They are
what?
protecting Congress's power of the purse while the Republicans roll over and say, "Do me, daddy."
No, this already,
Yes,
okay, let me explain
yes,
this.
absolutely. I
Okay,
cannot tell you how many times the Republicans have said, "We'll do this," and the bill that passed was a nightmare.
okay, hold on one second. The
And guess
CR,
what? You're not going
Piper,
to get to control how our government fucking does whatever it wants with your money. That is not an ethical leg to stand on here.
okay, the,
Because
the
you're saying
CR,
the
Piper,
$40 a year that comes out of your pocket means you get to say people go hungry. And
I'm
again,
not saying
you're
that,
blaming the Democrats when they are protecting
Lord. Give me
insurance.
strength.
Oh, honey,
Piper, the CR has
the
already
CR,
passed
they,
the House
no,
of
I'm sorry. The
Representatives.
Democrats have been rolling over a lot the last 8 years. Okay. You're not
What are you
talking to a
talking about? The
child.
Democrats have been in power for
No.
2 years under Trump, 2 years under Joe Biden. What are you talking about?
And darling, the only thing the Democrats having control has proven is both parties are two wings of one shitty, shitty bird. And it still doesn't change that your butt hurts about $40 of your dollars going to something you don't like.
What are you talking about? Are you telling me that I don't
Do
want to
you
fund
think more of
SNAP?
your tax dollars go to Medicare and Medicaid than they do to SNAP?
Absolutely.
They do, yes.
Okay, yes.
And do
So the
you know
SNAP,
that Medicare will not pay
can you
for
just listen
sexual
to me for two
reassignment
seconds?
surgery unless five doctors tell them that the person will end themselves if we don't do this? They have to have five different doctor referrals to even get it considered. And if they're on Medicare, what are they? They're an adult. No doctor with a medical license in the United States is going to perform gender reassignment surgery on a minor. You're making up bullshit sticking points so you can justify to yourself starving people.
Okay, can I speak now?
until I disagree, and then I will absolutely interrupt you
That's
again.
fine that you disagree, Piper. Me and you are absolutely going to disagree
Hey,
because we're on
Garfield, hang
two
on.
totally different spectrums right now. What I am only talking about is the CR that's already passed the House of Representatives. This bill has already passed the House of Representatives. That's the purse. It's already been funded. It
I am
went to the
telling
Senate.
you that if that bill was
Piper,
as
just let her
clean as
finish.
you say, the
Was it
wishy-washy Democrats wouldn't be standing on business over it.
okay? Now it's in the Senate, right? Everybody's already voted on it. All the Republicans said yes. Everybody's voted. We vote, and we have two Democrats that voted. So we need 60 votes in order for this whole entire funding bill, which is Medicaid, Medicare, SNAP, everything that you want to be spended. But we need 60 votes. We need 5 more Democrats to vote to keep the government open, right? So what's happening is the Democrats came back and said, well, wait a second. We have a bill of $1.5 trillion that we want to add to this CR.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Which is the funding for the subsidies for the ACA, right? From the COVID relief, which was done under the American Rescue Plan under Joe Biden,
Yeah.
right? We all agree. And there was other, of course, there's a lot of other things that were being funded in the bill as well, because it's a pretty big bill, because it's $1.5 trillion.
Yeah.
Well, the Republicans said, wait a second, we don't want to add $1.5 trillion to the national deficit. We just want to keep the government open with the same exact budget that Joe Biden did under his term, just to keep the government open for now. Right?
Yep.
And so when they passed the
Always
CR,
followed by the
Piper, let her
sentence, we'll come
finish.
to the table, and they never do.
Piper, just let her finish.
okay, so when they pass the CR, that will fund everything. Now, that bill S2882 is on the floor right now,
Yes.
right? And the Republicans can come back to the table and vote with that bill. That's all the Republicans are saying. Just keep the government open so that we can fund all of these programs, and then we can negotiate on S2882.
Okay, so with
Okay,
all
I have
that
a
being,
question.
Piper, hang on a second, I got it. So with all that being said, why has Donald Trump, of all people, the executive branch, mind you, the one who gets to decide that the contingency funds that are already held aside for SNAP, in the event that the government shutdown extends and this happens, why is he the one getting to decide that SNAP will not be paid out of the contingency funds already set aside?
Well, the contingency funds is only $6 billion. And in 2024, we spent 164 billion. So that would
Okay.
only fund SNAP for about roughly two months. Not even, probably
Okay, so
a
why
couple
can't we just get that
weeks.
2 months?
Well, you can. I'm sure he's probably, I mean, if Trump,
Stacy, no, no, not I'm sure he's probably, because the what has
well,
been
I
said has
can't
already been
talk for
said.
him. I don't know.
Okay. So with that being said, with all these agreements and whatnot being said, and you are correct, why is it on a federal government website that Democrats have voted it says 12, but we know it's 13 by now,
Yeah.
to not reopen the government specifically for, and we both read this, healthcare for illegal aliens and gender mutilation procedures? Why that language?
Well, I can't speak for that. That would have to be up to the Secretary of USDA why they would write that on there, because it
I
seems
can
to me
tell you
like they're
why.
being a little bit of pettiness, to be honest.
Oh, I can tell you why. And it's something that goes way past pettiness. Fascism, we passed the point of pettiness. You seem like you have your finger on the pulse of socioeconomics and the things that are going on in the world right now. I will not pretend like it is lost on you that trans people have turned into the new boogeyman. Cash Patel sitting his sorry, sad ass up there and saying the words nihilist terrorist group in terms of referring to trans people is a part of what got us here today, right? These bathroom bills, trying to shun of trans people from sports and shit like that. We've seen the slippery slope. And now we're at the point where the federal government feels comfortable referring to sexual reassignment surgery as gender mutilation procedures. Does that not raise any flags for you?
I mean, yeah, it's a fine line when you're sitting there putting out that kind of rhetoric on a government website. I don't agree. I think that they could have just put up there that, we're in a shutdown. It's been 13 days now and we're still trying to figure it out. Make it nice and simple for the American people so that, people aren't sitting here reading it going, what the hell am I reading right now? Why is it saying illegal immigration, or why is it saying mutilizing, people, blah, blah, blah. So I can 100% agree. If I was the secretary, I wouldn't write that shit, whether I agree or disagree.
And also, it's a violation of, can we also acknowledge that it's a violation of the Hatch Act?
Why would it be a violation of the Hatch Act? That's a presidential, the Hatch Act is for the president, not the
Piper,
secretary
go
of the
ahead.
USDA.
Okay, well, first of all, if you think the wording on the website is in any way accidental, that's a mistake.
Oh, well, nobody thinks
Um,
that. Nobody thinks that. There's
no,
no.
I'm thinking Stacy said it was a poor choice of words.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. I
Yeah.
agree.
not an
No,
accident.
it was a purposeful choice of words. And I really don't think you're as up on the context clues around you as you think, Stacy. So I'm going to say to you what I say on Facebook every day. If you don't see Yahtzees all around you, look in the mirror and then go read some books.
Well, there's also that. Dark, you've been waiting patiently. Go ahead.
That's what I'm gonna say. I agree 100% with what Piper is saying because it's just ridiculous that these people that unfortunately they're in our government are just don't one they just don't care about people because yes, gender is proven fact. Gender a sexual assignment surgery is only for people 18 and up. They're not gonna do it for a child. They can do like I think it's the blockers. Is that what it is?
Yeah, they can do some forms of
Block,
HRT or hormone blockers,
but
but
they
they
have
can't.
to. Yeah, I knew HRT, but I know that for sure. But they have to, get permission from the parent has to do it, help them too, and then also too they have to get and then they have to get permission from them too so they can get that. There's so many steps to get to that part to get that, but also for the surgery there's so many things they have to go through to get to that have that surgery. It's expensive. And I feel bad. It's very expensive. Not every trans person is not going to go through that surgery because a lot of them don't want to go through all the heartache and the headache to do it, but there's a lot of them they will do it because they know it's if this between life or death on them. Then that's what I'm fighting for them to and everybody else that has that choice. Everybody should have a choice to be to have these type of surgeries. Everybody has a choice when it comes to women have to have on a live baby because either there's a medical reason or they just don't want to raise a child. I am pro-choice.
We're
I
gonna,
am. So
Dark, I'm gonna put an asterisk on you right there. Just say abortion.
okay, I didn't know.
It's fine. You can just
Okay.
say have an abortion.
Abortion. Yeah,
Yeah.
abortion. I have no problem for pro-choice. If my friends say, "Well, I can't," as I can't handle having being pregnant, I'm gonna abortion. In my head, I'm like, okay. I'll be sad about it, but at least if she's making a conscious decision to do it, that's fine. Also, we got kids that are getting pregnant. You want to have a kid to sit there and go through what a grown woman should go through, and it's even hard for us grown women to get it to have to go through child labor. Can you imagine like an 8, 9 year old who have they usually get their periods around that time? My daughter's
So
yeah, I'm just don't
so
get it.
Dark, I'm gonna bring you back a little bit. So like abortion wasn't on. Did you read what the USDA.gov website has on it?
I haven't looked at it yet because
So
I've
go
been at
look at
work.
that and come back because like we start going off into all these other things when like that wasn't a thing that was on there. We're talking about what's on the USDA website.
Okay.
Oh, you're fine. Just go look real quick. Um and also this is about
Oh snap.
it's about building food networks because SNAP is
Hmm.
being withheld through fascism.
Okay. Oh yeah, Senate Democrats have now voted 12 times to not fund the SNAP program. Bottom line, the well has run dry. At this time, will no be benefits issued on November 1st. We are approaching the inflection point of Senate Democrats. They continue to hold out for healthcare for illegal aliens and gender mut. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Yep.
Oh, the wording is so bad.
This is the fascism. That's what we're doing right here. Referring to sexual reassignment surgery as mutilation? Nope. Nope. We can't do that. We gotta
No.
have standards.
Reopen the government to mothers, so mothers, babies, and most vulnerable among us can receive critical nutrition. But that's where we have that contingency thing. But Trump is not going to use that. Or two, he probably going to use that for that goddamn ballroom shit he's trying to do.
Yeah,
Or he
that
used
so
that.
there's so Dark,
Yeah.
there's two things going on, right? So at this point it's 13, it's not 12. And the second thing is the well
Okay.
has not run dry. There,
Mm-hmm.
as Stacy pointed out earlier, there is a contingency fund that has money in it that is specifically meant for when these things, if this should happen.
Mm-hmm.
And Stacy has pointed out that there's enough money for a month, maybe two. But it's for some reason it's the executive branch, the president, Donald Trump, that is getting to decide that these contingency plans won't.
Okay. Can they override it?
Huh?
I wonder if can they override that? Can they like if the president hell no? Can Congress can override that?
No, I mean, if Trump comes out and says that he wants to fund it, they can fund it.
You don't open the door to opposition. Stacy's literally the opposition. Why do you want to get up here? I feel like when people say stuff like that in my chat, they just want to get up here, call me a nigger, and drop. So you can stay in the chat. Anyway, um, I'm black. Black people say nigger too, babe. I don't see
He
why black
said it
people
in
think
person.
that. Stacey, I'm talking right now. I don't see why people think that internalized racism is not a thing. You know, Hitler was half Jewish. Like, just pointing that out. Just people can hate people within their own group.
Hmm.
Let's stop acting like that's not a thing. Anywho, Stacey, please go ahead.
No, I was just saying that if Donald Trump, if they came back and said, well, we're not going to fund it, he can absolutely say, yeah, we're going to take these extra funds and fund SNAP. There is two bills on the floor right now, one from Josh Hawley, the Republican, to fund SNAP. And then today or yesterday, the Democrats came on the floor and also requested to fund SNAP. So one or two of these bills could go through as well.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, since they've already decided that they're not going to do the SNAP for November, it's time to build the networks, y'all. Stacey, what do you have to contribute to the topic of building a food network?
Building a food network.
Yes.
So, meaning What do you mean by that? Building a food network, like
Stacy, you are
helping?
so educated otherwise, and yet you fall apart at this. Would somebody like to explain to Stacy? No? All right, I'll take the floor. So, when we talk about building community networks, we talk about people talking to their neighbors, be it in person or online, because we know that some people have location issues. I'm not one of those people. I'm very fortunate to live in a city, but some people, they need to use other means of accessing community. It looks like food not bombs. It looks like what the Meals on Wheels, setting up a meal train. Meal train
Okay,
is
yeah,
hard to
yeah.
use, but it's a thing.
Mhm.
It looks like
Well, can
more
I?
community. Stacy, I'm talking right now, babe. You're gonna have to sit down. You've had you have been so educated on the topic so far of what we've been talking about, and I'm gonna give you that. But right now, this educated person is talking. Okay, okay. What about churches? What about them? Have you heard from them? I haven't.
No, I haven't too. So, well, yeah, the churches around my community is a little bit different. So, yeah, they actually are setting. They doing food drives and everything. We just did a huge food drive last week for I'm a, my son and myself were special needs because we're
Mhm.
both on the spectrum, and we did a huge food drive, and we got a lot of canned goods and foods from the for the community because just in case this shit happens.
Well,
That's all we need.
I was gonna tell you that some of the states,
Some of
uh,
the states.
Democrat state or Republican states, they're actually in their state have funds to fund SNAP. So some of the
Okay,
All
senators
states
but
and
you
have that
asked. But that's
governors.
funds.
not what you. Hey, Dark, hang on a second. That's not what you asked me though. You, Stacy, asked me, Avery, what do I mean by building food networks? And I'm answering your question. Am I not?
Oh yeah, yeah. I was
Okay.
confused by what you were saying in a sense. For some reason, I don't know why. I was confused a little bit.
And you are, and like, let's be clear, you are still talking about SNAP, which some states, and we're not going to do the Republican Democrat right now. This is based on state funding regardless. Some states do have the money to continue SNAP on their own state funding and some don't. So, what I was saying is community building in terms around meeting a need, right? We saw how all these people came together during COVID and during George Floyd. We saw the community shelves come up. We saw even community fridges had an uptake, and community fridges can be a lot to maintain. People putting themselves out there, offering what they have in exchange for what they need, right? Like building a network by whatever that means, be it online or in person. And building a network can be as easy as setting up a folding table and you put out what you have available and people can come by and take it, or it can be hosting a rent party without the rent. Somebody takes what resources they have, cooks up some meals, sells some plates for cheap because we still got to keep the lights on, but I can sell you a plate for $5 and we still going to eat. It can look like neighborhood farmers giving away some eggs, or if somebody wants to pay, they can pay what they can for some eggs. Don't try to get rich off eggs, people. That's not what I'm saying. You're not going to get rich off eggs. People who grow produce, shit like that. Or people who will run a five-finger discount errand for you at the Target or the Walmart, because we boycotting them bitches anyway, and can come back with what you need. People aren't going to starve. The point is, people not going to starve.
You find a
The point
way.
is, exactly. The point is, like, how will you contribute to getting people fed, right? Now, the way in which I contribute is sharing people's asks and needs, making sure the information the person in need gets to get the information of the person in need gets to people who can feel that need. That's what I do. Stacy, what are you planning on doing?
Absolutely. I have a big platform. I own a business. I feed the poor and actually give people jobs that need jobs. So I'm absolutely there. I'm going to use my platform on my social media to post if anybody needs help with food. If this government does shut down, they are absolutely to reach out to me, PM me, private message.
And what do you do?
I will get them food. I will fund
No,
it
I mean like,
myself, or I
oh,
will
go ahead.
fund it through my company, myself, or through other organizations.
All right. Well, there you go. Dark, what will you be
Absolutely.
doing through these dark times?
Me,
And this isn't
I
asking how you will contribute. This is just asking what will you be doing? What will you be doing in the network?
I do this because I have my own farm. So I give people eggs, and I have a lot of chickens. So I started several different chickens, and I give those to the poor. Um, I um I do that, and and also my kids are young, but I'm teaching them how to, regardless of race, gender, whatever, if people need help. And my kids, my son is white passing because he is very light skinned, and my daughter, she's darker, but they learning early, very ugly about how the world is, unfortunately, at their age because they're 8 and 7. But I'm teaching them that people are ignorant. But what we're gonna do for our community, we've been doing every single weekend. Go out in the pasture, go get some chickens and eggs, go get them, and then give people cow's milk and everything. So I know I'm fine, I can sustain myself and everything, but I have elderly people that needs help because I have a lot of elderly people, they don't have family around, so I'm helping them out by giving their food,
And
and
what's and
and
what
that's what I
state are
do.
you?
Wait, stay,
What
Stacy.
state
Dark
are
was
you
still
in?
talking.
Oh,
Stacy.
sorry.
Yeah.
And that's
Dark,
what I
keep going.
do every weekend. I just go out there and say, okay, you bitches, give me some eggs. And
Okay,
then I
you
go.
bitches.
Yeah,
You
that's what I
know
say.
what?
Get my eggs, and then if I know for sure that if they are still they brood more eggs, then yeah, I will kill them. But I keep them. But the ones that are not, unfortunately, I have to slaughter them. But that's what we don't name our chickens. And then also it teaches my kids the facts of life very early,
Yeah,
but
I feel that.
they need to know where our food comes from, and so I'm teaching
Okay,
them that way. And I'm a single parent, so doing all this by myself, it's a pain, but at least I got some helpers, my little kids.
there you
So
go.
yeah, and so they sit there. My son is on the spectrum, he's nonverbal, but he knows how to milk a cow, and
There you go.
he knows how to skin a pig,
You
skin
don't know. You
fish,
need to talk to know
everything.
how to milk a cow and skin a pig, girl. Go ahead.
Yeah, he knows how to do all that. And he's
Yeah.
only 7. So I know that when he gets older, if he wants to be a farmer, he could do that. I don't care. As long as he's do everything legal, I'm good. And then my pretty much my job is to make sure that my daughter doesn't go on the pole. And then my son, he
One
doesn't be
second.
out the street. So that's what I do, teaching
Okay,
them.
so Dark, I'm gonna put an asterisk on you right there. This is a sex worker friendly space. All work boots are valid in this household.
I know, but it's just the fact that no, I can't see my daughter do that. But she's grown, she can do whatever. But I hope she doesn't do that. But if she wants to make her money, she can do whatever she wants. She's older. As long as she's out of the house, and I don't know about it, I'm fine. But I understand because I got people that does that. It's just that for me as a mom, I just can't see my daughter do that. I don't want my
Well,
daughter to do that, but
it's nobody's asking you to do that, right? What the only
yeah,
thing people are asking you to do is love your daughter no matter what. That's
I
all
will
they're
love her
asking.
regardless.
Of course.
So, and
But
that's why regardless if my kids are gay, straight, whatever, I'm bi. So my daughter knows about all this already. She
right.
already asked, so she already understands about the LGBTQ plus, and we got friends who are trans. I got friends, everybody, straight, whatever. But the biggest thing this year is just this food. Like that's how I'm doing. This is how I'm doing it. My parents,
Yeah.
my mom makes good ass money, but she is very humble, and she's actually gonna make a huge platter of like for Thanksgiving. She's gonna start making. That's what she does every year. She gets a bunch of these small chickens, turkeys, and she cooks them, and then she gives it to she gives to families that are in need around her neighborhood too, because
That's
even
good.
though her neighborhood is we live she lives predominant where I live we live predominantly live in a rich neighborhood, but we don't know exactly what their lifestyle is, because they might have a really nice house, but they might be in the same predicament my dad is in. He's on furlough. They need food regardless. So you don't know you don't know what their lives were, because, and I always want to give back, because if I give back, then that's what people are like. I'm Christian, but we give back to people, and we don't ask for them to, like, oh, since I give you something, you owe me something. I'm not that type of
Oh
person.
yeah.
No, I just
No.
give it to them, and they say, is this, nope, that's for you. So that's what I do.
Oh, it's for sure. FS is for sure.
Oh, she left.
And we're gonna ask Piper. Piper,
She
what's good?
assumed it was fuck sakes. I guarantee you
What
that's
the
what she
fuck?
assumed.
Y'all a
What am
mess.
I going to be doing? Not being a public menace so my family doesn't have to worry about it and succumbing to the agoraphobia.
Okay, well there you go. You know what? It's about doing what you can. That's all it's about.
Well, there's not really any
But
place to volunteer around here
yeah,
because all the places you could get a hot meal died out with COVID and did not come back.
Wow.
that's sad.
And the
But
one
that's one of the
food
things though.
pantry in my town that I know of, and I'm sure there's a couple more now, but the main one literally wants the exact same information from you about your household as the SNAP program does. And that tells me I shouldn't be getting expired food from that, but I am. So I don't go back. Yeah.
Mm.
Good. That's that. Nah, we can't live like that. There, and there's actually a law. There's apparently some law in Arizona where, like, and not everybody does it, obviously, but I went to Vail, and they have you fill out a paper that's basically like the SNAP paperwork. And then when I asked them, like, why is this a thing? They said it's the law in Arizona. Meanwhile, there's a food not bombs in Arizona, in Tucson. They'll just give you food. They just give you the food.
Like
And
that will
there's
tell you there's a
pantries
legal
in
reason.
Flagstaff. They'll just give you the food. Like that shit is a choice. What'd you say?
Yes.
Okay.
It is this place what it is. Instead of people appealing to individual churches for help with bills and whatnot on a regular basis, they all pool their funds that they have for those things to a place called the help office. And yeah, it's unfortunate because women with no social work training are doing the jobs of social workers very, very poorly and
Mm.
very, very racially
Well,
charged as
well, what do
well.
you
Yeah.
expect? They don't have the training. Like I don't. Sure. What could possibly go wrong? Jesus.
Mm.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
see. Well, we could have a huge meteor just come down and just destroy us.
Since when?
I said, no, I just said we could.
Nah, I'll pass. I don't believe that the entire world should die just because we suck.
No, not that. We could just do like Thanos and just get rid of like the people that we don't want around the world.
Yeah.
I don't
I just
know when a grown woman looked me in the eye and told me, I need you to fill out all this paperwork for that day old loaf of bread that's sitting out there to be taken, I
no.
was done.
No thanks. No thank you. I'll pass.
Well, I know like in Korea, like their bread and everything, you want to eat it right then, like the same day, because the next day it turns to a brick. So
Ew.
it does, because their bread is so damn. That's how fresh their bread is. You have to eat when you get their bread, you have to eat it right then, right there, like their milk bread. Oh
Mm.
man, I miss living in Korea.
All right.
They were
Now
so
I
they were
don't.
nice over
Illegal
there.
for restaurants or grocery stores to throw food away. They have to offer it to the less fortunate.
Yeah,
That it'd be
but
good
it's
if that was a requirement here, but we're gonna do something else for a second. Since it looks like there are no other people that are gonna come up. I'm gonna go ahead and close the live, and I might come back at 5, but I would say that today was a good productive conversation, honestly. So I'm gonna close on out here. Y'all make rapists and racists afraid again. Have a good night.